this run, and then also talk about these are all new arenas. This is not single player.
Yeah, no, these arenas are made specifically for battle mode. We think of them like gladiator arenas. I mean, it's very much like a first-person fighting game.
I think what you get a sense of, too, here is how watchable this is. We've really made it so that it is something that Twitch streamers, players, who like watching games get a real sense of. You're kind of seeing the whole arena right here. It's tight, it's fast.
We're taking this the perspective of the Slayer here.
And you can see he's already starting with the Ballista, which is super high damage, but again, he doesn't have too much ammo, so that management right off the bat is
Oh, yeah. Now, here's a bad move by the Mancubus. He gets aggressive, shoots out his smoke bomb, tries to burn him down with his flamethrower, but he didn't do it effectively. You have to be tactically aggressive on both sides, but especially for the demons. That time, he just, with reckless abandon, went after Slayer, and he paid for it.
Yeah, that was only 26 seconds into the match.
Yeah.
You'll see in some of these other matches how long a demon can
This was awesome. So he just blocked his loot, and he making that chainsaw useless. So he has to do it again. So if you could block the Slayer's loot 2 times in a row, it's going to really, really hurt him. It's a critical moment in the match for sure.
And you guys just saw him go through a teleporter. Do you want to guys kind of walk us through like the way the teleporter works in all these arena maps?
You can do that, Mark.
Yeah, there's a couple teleporters, usually on either side of the arena, strategically positioned. He just went through right there, kind of backed into it, and is now replenishing his health. But the teleporters can only be used. Actually, a lot of the things like the teleporters, the monkey bars, those jump pads that you see, those can only be used by the Slayer. Really makes him very aerial through most of these maps.
Right there was awesome. They combined their attacks. So when the demons turn yellow, they're actually I want to actually focus on that and roll it back if we could see that last part again before you play it. So the demons have to work together and combine their abilities to really deal serious damage to the Slayer. So when the demons turn yellow, it means they use their haste. So he turned on. If I'd go back a little bit farther, they turned on a little bit more. Yeah, right. That's pretty good. So he's going to come out of here. He's going to turn yellow, turn on his haste, pop his shield. He has a shield that's on a cooldown. When he doesn't have his shield available, the Slayer can really mess him up. So you really want to be selective when you use your shield as a pain elemental. Otherwise, you're extremely vulnerable to attack. So he pops it, uses his haste, pushes into the Slayer, pushing the Slayer back into a hazard volume that he threw behind him. And then the Mancubus throws his smoke bomb, which completely obscures the demons. When you throw a smoke bomb as a Mancubus, you can see the outline of the Slayer, but they can't see you. So it's a really good move. And then he comes out into the smoke and burning him with his flamethrower. So tons of damage on the Slayer. And this is so much deeper than just I shot at you and I put my crosshairs on you and pulled the trigger faster, my aim is better, and I won. Like, fuck that. There's a million games that you could do that in right now. Like what we want to do is give you something that's unique, that really has steps. So watch how they take out the Slayer here. It's awesome. Hits his haste, throws down a volume right on the Slayer. Smoke bomb obscuring the Mancubus coming up, burning him down. Done.
The Mancubus damage with his flamethrowers is just outrageous.
Yeah, it's
if
really
he can
powerful.
get close to you, like that's just devastating.
Yeah, the Mancubus is very dangerous. We could actually pause right here and take a step back.
Where we see everything up on the ring? Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. This is so between rounds, each player gets to choose an upgrade, kind of like perks that they keep just for the course of this match. So here the Slayer's choosing the dash. We're going to switch after this into the view of a demon, but the Slayer's going to choose a dash upgrade here that makes his dash regenerate faster and actually lets him dash immediately after glory killing demons or chainsawing demons. So really valuable. Obviously, movement is key for the Slayer, and an easy choice here for the Slayer.
That's pretty huge, too, because that means that not only does he get dash back faster so the cat and mouse is easier for him, but also a chainsaw, which is already giving him resources, gives him instant dash.
Gives him instant dash.
Yeah,
it's huge.
Absolutely. It's worth noting here, like you see at the beginning of each round, there's a countdown, 4-second countdown or so, and you can move. You can't fire during that countdown, but there's a ton of strategy that happens in those first 4 seconds. As
jockeying
far as,
for position.
Jockeying for position or deciding whether to be aggressive.
I can't help but mention that always feels like that Qui-Gon and Darth Maul moment where
Absolutely.
the wall comes up and you have that time where you're like, I'm going to do this next.
Yes.
I'm figuring that out. I love that the beginning of every round starts like that.
If you didn't realize, we actually switched to the view of the Pain Elemental here. So
Yeah.
obviously much more aerial character. He has his soul shield
Yeah, this is an interesting match because what you're going to see here is the strategies change. It's the best of 5, and the Slayer has to eliminate both demons in order to win, and the demons just have to kill the Slayer once. So when one demon dies, the other demon has about 20 seconds to come back in, and we'll go more into detail with that later. But in this match in particular, you'll notice that the Slayer is kind of focusing a little bit too much on the Mancubus, and he's kind of ignoring the Pain Elemental, and this is giving the Pain Elemental a huge opportunity to just slam him with his skull attack. They've effectively
just got a good loot block right there.
really good loot block. Watch this. Oh wait, no, that's coming later. So some really good attacks, and the Slayer's paying the price right now, man. He is ignoring the Pain Elemental, and that's not a good thing.
Yeah. Spending a lot of time on the ground, honestly, for a Slayer. It's really good to be very aerial as a
See how he threw down his hazard, anticipated where the Slayer was going to go and threw down his hazard. You really want to corral the Slayer when you're playing as demons. You want to control where he goes. He's so powerful though, like it's tough.
And I love how I love these Slayer loot block and then the Slayer health low, like these sweaty moments that kind of force you to be like, all right, the strategy needs to be push him into this corner, finish it out.
So the Slayer's just about done. He ain't gonna make it.
You don't think he's gonna make it?
No.
This is it?
Okay, so whoever was the Slayer player, I think it was Felix back at the office.
Shout out to Felix. What up?
So he was probably like, note to self, kill that Pain Elemental.
Yeah.
So you'll see it. This was the Demon's upgrade right there, right?
Yeah, can we roll that back to the wheel one more time?
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, Fit Meatball, I just want to hit that. I just want to have that.
So
I think everybody wants to be a Fit Meatball. That's
You
my
actually
goal in
saw
life.
him using that quite a bit in that. Again, we're going to switch to another demon here. We're going to switch to the view of the Mancubus. But you saw how much the Pain Elemental needed to use his dash during that last match. As much as he's a floater, he has this amazing dash ability, and he was using his perk there as well, and is now choosing another one, Lingering Souls.
Yeah.
And then making those lost souls stick around even longer. So it's almost like a little bit of an AoE after the projectile, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's nasty.
So this is it now. The Slayer's down 0-2. And let's see what he does. Let's see how his strategy changes.
And again, you get this Qui-Gon Darth Maul, those 4 seconds to kind of plan where you're going to start this attack, how you want to trap. And again, remember, demons cannot use a lot of the Slayer things that give him a lot more traversal, like can't use the jump pads, can't use the monkey bars.
Yep.
So it makes it a lot different, I feel like, how you move around
So
and plan.
you definitely want to spawn demons, too. There's the demon spawn wheel down at the bottom center there, and to the right are his abilities.
It looks like he's got, what, a Prowler and an Arachnotron ready to go?
Yeah. Smoke Bomb is so effective. And the Slayer's outline can be seen through walls at all times, but if he breaks line of sight with them for more than a couple seconds, he disappears.
Yeah, you actually saw that right at the beginning of the game. It was
So,
a while before the Mancubus saw
Really
him.
quick, we'll see here that we have one of the demons died. So now he has a counter over his icon up there on the upper right, and he has 20 seconds to come back. Now he's got 17 seconds. So when we talk about pacing, here's a perfect example. It totally changes the pace of the match. The demons go from a competitive experience where they're maybe pursuing the Slayer to now it's a game of hide and seek. The other demon has to hide to stay alive long enough before his buddy comes back. But then that's going to be a strategy for you, because if the Slayer's health is low and you want to go for broke and try to take him out, you can. But if you die, then you've lost the match. So again, we make all these decisions to be able to push.
And when the other demon comes back, he comes back at half health. So, if you're the Mancubus in this situation, you've got a lot of health. The Slayer has a lot of health. Everybody sees those health bars at the top. You're probably going to try to wait out that 20 seconds to make sure your other teammate comes back and you guys are at more of a full strength. Because, again, taking on the Slayer at full health as a single demon, it's a really tough proposition.
And probably, as Marty said, in both cases here, the Slayer is going to replenish his ammo, and then the Mancubus is just going to get ready for the next run by the Slayer.
And that's what you see. The Mancubus can see him, but he's lost line of sight there for a bit. Now he's back. But he's definitely playing it cool.
He's trying to block the Slayer from... So you can hear the Slayer chainsawing through the map, and so you could actually use that to your advantage and block it right when he's about to get his loot. But then a smart player will actually just hit X to swing the chainsaw, but not actually chainsaw a guy, to get somebody to use their loot block.
Yeah.
So this is not checkers. This is chess. There's a lot of different strategies taking place here. So watch this. Oh, no, this is in the other one when he actually... predicts where he's going. But anyway, yeah, the teleporters are on a cooldown.
Right, so they can't just spam and go back and forth
Yeah.
and kind of play cat and mouse that way.
Using that meat hook.
See, but he can grapple and pull himself onto platforms, the Mancubus, right? And with that big jump, it's actually pretty handy.
He actually, it would have been a little bit more beneficial if he made that jump into that
Stay
gap.
up there, yeah, agreed.
All right, health critical. So right here, he threw down a health volume, which is one of the abilities that you could choose. And it's a really interesting meta and a change of pace here as well, because now he has to stand inside that volume to heal. The Slayer can see on his HUD when you are healing as a demon. So that's really, it's a risk-reward there. And this will probably mean that very soon the Slayer's going to come barreling around the corner to burn him down.
Yeah, not only can see on your HUD that he's healing, but that massive volume knows, if you get any good angle, you can see exactly where he's at. And that's exactly what he did there. The Slayer just swooped in, took him out, even though he was trying to heal.
So you see that you can even tell that the Slayer is this time around choosing to focus on the Pain Elemental more because that killed him. And,
We've switched to the view. When you die, you actually switch into the view of your teammate. So it's a really good opportunity to kind of see where the match has gone, take stock of what the health is of every character, and then when you come back in, you're back in with a lot of information.
See, that's interesting. He dropped the fog to push and then pull his full flame torches out. That's an interesting push considering he just came back with half health. But again, you look at the Slayer now, and now the Slayer has no armor. Now he's on his back foot, and you see they're spawning in everything they can. It looks like AI-wise.
Really. If you haven't noticed down there at the bottom, that's really the demon's kind of weapon wheel, their summon wheel.
Yeah.
They get to choose from that. Gives them perfect stats on what they have out on the battlefield.
Nice.
Demons killed. Slayer won.
Damn.
Good job.
Even on the back foot, that was nice. And I got to say, every time I see all those lost souls just floating in a circle, it's like I never thought we'd get to be the Pain Elemental.
Yeah.
So it's
and you
so
got to
cool.
spawn that shield at the right time. You don't spawn it at the right time, the Slayer's going to kill you. All right, let's see. 1 to 2. Got to spawn those demons.
Spawn the demons like crazy. That's right.
He's spawning. Oh, look! You see how he blocked the Slayer's path using that hazard volume. Now the meta game is when the Slayer takes the portal and how he takes the portal, and communicating that to one another as demons. Communication in this is important.
Yeah, and for sure the official Discord, which is just discord.gg/Doom. Shout out to Jimmy Bacon and all of our admins there. There is going to be serious, looking for matches, teaming up, going nuts, and getting some really cool combos going, I think.
Yeah, it's really... I mean, I'll just say a quick word about... We have a whole private match capability within the game, so if you find friends on Discord, jump into private match. You get all your XP, all of everything works just the same as if you were to join through matchmaking.
Just like quick play and all
so
that.
The maps are pretty simple, and we want that was a nice hazard volume right there. We want players to be able to master them quickly so that they can play with more intention, that all of their actions, they feel like they're more purposeful, and they're not just reacting to everything, they're more proactive than reactive. So that way strategies emerge more quickly. Like in the game of basketball, we're going to do a basketball thing later. It's like, there's not the components don't really change, and they're not really that complicated. You got a ball, 2 nets, and a court, but it's what you do with those elements that count. So this is sick. Watch this. He's gonna follow. He knows that the Slayer is gonna take that portal. He's gonna anticipate the Slayer taking that portal and go to the next portal. Again, another awesome move. This is what it takes to burn down the Slayer and win in battle mode.
And like you said, there's only 2 sides to this. There's only 2 sides.
The Slayer goes back inside. He anticipates the portal move and is just blasting him on his way out. That was awesome. I mean, this thing is deep. There's a lot of stuff to master and learn.
I love too how it's easy to miss the first time, but you have just so many floating pillars so that Pain Elemental himself has a little bit of shielding up
and
there.
And you see that he died. I mean, it's like a game of chess. He lost a couple pieces on that move, and he wasn't able to survive.
And worth show. I mean, you saw it there with the Pain Elemental. Really effective from the air, but there's so much verticality